Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the channel. I know I haven't uploaded in a while and I'm sorry for that, but hey, I'm back now. Today I'm going to be talking about the E3 show for Xbox and Bethesda. There's so much to talk about, but I'm not going to be talking about every game, I'm just going to give you the highlights, alright? Did you guys watch the E3 Bethesda Xbox showcase? If so, what did you think about it? What did you think about the other E3 events? The only other one I really tuned in for was the kickoff one, the Summer Games Fest kickoff, where they revealed Elden Ring. That's the one I did tune in for. Alright, like I said, we are going to hit the high points. So let's start off with number one. The first thing they showed off at this event was Starfield. Now, Starfield is going to be a new Bethesda RPG. It's going to be set in space, and other than that, you don't really learn too much. The trailer is very brief, but you know, I like RPGs, I like space, so I'm excited for this one. Alright, moving right on. This one is one of the 4 best showings of this event, and it is Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. I have not played the first Stalker. I need to play that before I play the second one. I'm looking forward to doing that. By the way, it's Stalker as in like S period, T period, A period, L period, and so on. So it's an acronym. I'm not really familiar with the story. Like I said, I haven't played the first one yet, but this trailer was so cool. The characters were speaking Russian. They're talking about just some interesting stuff. There's these like anomaly things. The weapons look so good. There are attachments, it seems. There are like some sci-fi looking things. And it just looks like a really solid first-person shooter. So I'm definitely going to be playing Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Also, let's take a quick moment to talk about how there were, I think, 30 games. Of course, they had that one at the end. I don't know if that was technically 31 or not, because it was supposed to be like the big surprise one, or maybe it was 30. But anyway, 27 of the games that were shown at this event are going to be on Xbox Game Pass day one. That means as soon as that game launches, you can play with your subscription. I do have this subscription. I think it is a tremendous deal. And I'm looking forward to playing a lot of these games. The next game they showed was Back 4 Blood. Alright, so apparently this game is supposed to be like a bit of a successor to the Left 4 Dead series. Now, I've never played a Left 4 Dead game, I'm going to admit that. But I've heard about them. I know they involve a lot of cooperation. I know they have like different zombie types and stuff like that. They're co-op, PvE type games. So that's going to be interesting. And this game looks really cool. There's a variety of zombie types, like I said. One is like really big, then there's some other like ones thrown in there. And it just looks like a lot of fun. Here's just a little tangent here, but a lot of developers are making like co-op PvP games. And I'm glad for that. Co-op PvP is a really good genre when you got people to play with. Now, like a little while ago, I had a crew that was going strong. We played like almost daily. We had tons of fun playing like Call of Duty Zombies and stuff like that. Unfortunately, that crew has kind of disbanded. Only me and one other guy really play together consistently. So me and him are going to probably team up, you know, if I can convince him to play some of these co-op games. I'm thinking, you know, maybe covering some of these games on the channel as well. So yeah, if you don't have a full squad, that's a little bit of a bummer. Now, it'd be cool if a lot of these did a thing like what Call of Duty has managed to do with its Zombies mode, where it's best played co-op, but you can play it solo. That's the kind of thing I like, because the option to play co-op is great. And, but if you don't have anyone to play with, and, you know, that's where you're at, it's nice to be able to still play it solo. But anyway, sorry. Rant over. Back 4 Blood. Looks cool. Definitely going to give that a try since it's on Game Pass. But anyway, let's continue on. Alright, so the next one that I want to talk about is Contraband. I was actually talking to one of my family members, and they remarked how it's weird that that name hasn't been taken for a game before, and I don't believe it has. I know there's like the Contra series, but Contraband, maybe there is, I don't know. But it's a cool name. The trailer is really cool. It's kind of like a freeze frame where the camera moves around like a frozen setting. They did confirm it's open world and it's co-op. I'm hoping you have the option to play solo, but if not, that's fine. So, you know, I like open world games, I like co-op games. This one looks cool. The vibe it gave me was kind of like I don't know, almost like an Indiana Jones type vibe, where you're, you're like looking for some object or one or another. I don't know, at least that's the vibe it gave me. I don't know what the game's going to be about, but it's interesting. Like I said, cool trailer presentation. I love trailers. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like cinematic game trailers, but I'm a sucker for them. I love cinematic game trailers. Gameplay is great, don't get me wrong. Gameplay trailers are great, but cinematic trailers, they're great. I enjoy them. They get me hyped. So yeah, cinematic trailers, gameplay trailers, just keep all the trailers coming, All right, next. This is not a new game. It is an expansion for an existing game. We're going to be talking about Sea of Thieves. Now, Sea of Thieves is a game that's been out for a while. It's by Rare, and I've never given it a chance up to this point. I'm not a fan of games that have, like, cartoony graphics. That's just not my style. It's not the kind of thing I'm interested in. So I have not given Sea of Thieves a proper chance. And, that was fine. But this announcement, this DLC, this is going to get me to play Sea of Thieves. Alright, so this DLC is called A Pirate's Life. It is a crossover with Pirates of the Caribbean. That's cool. I'm a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Pirates of the Caribbean is no stranger to video games. There's at least 2, I think maybe 3 Pirates of the Caribbean video games, like that are just direct adaptations of the movies. There's also Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, and they also did a crossover with Kingdom Hearts. So, Pirates of the Caribbean, they're no stranger to video games, but now we get a crossover, like their newest adventure in this Sea of Thieves world. They're bringing back the villain from the second and third Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Jack Sparrow is in it. I'd have to check if it's voiced by Johnny Depp, but either way, it's cool. That reminds me, I need to play some other Pirates of the Caribbean games. I've got them all on my list. They're higher up on the list than some games, but there's so many games to play. Alright, so that's Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life. We also got to look at Battlefield 2042. Alright, let me just take this moment to say, the gameplay they showed off, it looks really cool. The cinematic trailer they revealed a little before this event, that was really, really, really cool. There was some really fun looking stuff in these games. There's going to be cool guns. It's a near future setting in 2042. There's vehicles, airplanes, tanks. You're going to be able to drive four-wheelers. There's tornadoes. There's so much cool stuff here. I was ready to get hyped up for this game. And I'm hoping that people who play this game really like it. But I'm skipping this game because there is no single player campaign, and that's just a turnoff for me. I will play multiplayer only games sometimes, but they have to have something special that draws me in. Like, just this is an FPS multiplayer that looks really good, but I'm not gonna play it. I mean, first of all, it's paid, so there's that thing, and then it's also multiplayer only. Like, I enjoy multiplayer, like Halo multiplayer, Call of Duty multiplayer. Multiplayer is fun, and then you also got like asymmetric games. I refer to stuff like Dead by Daylight, Resident Evil Resistance, that kind of thing. Those are cool. I haven't played Resident Evil Resistance yet. I need to give that one a try. Sorry, getting off track there, but it's multiplayer only, which is a shame, because if there was a campaign to this game, I would definitely be playing that. Like, if they took these like cool locations and vehicles and these like abilities that the characters are gonna have and put it into a campaign, I'd be so down for that. If they had like a PvE mode, kind of like Call of Duty Zombies, maybe I'd give it a chance. Like Call of Duty Black Ops 4, it doesn't have a campaign. It has multiplayer, battle royale, and zombies. The zombies of that game was enough to get me to play it in the first place, and that game is my most played game. I mean, I've played so much zombies in Black Ops 4, it is ridiculous. The multiplayer is really good, and ever since they updated the store to be more consumer friendly, that's really good. Blackout is also a lot of fun. But, sorry, I just went on a rant about Black Ops 4 there for a second. Anyway, but it's multiplayer only, I'm going to skip, but Battlefield does look fun. If you're a fan of multiplayer only games, if you're a fan of Battlefield, I hope you enjoy this game, and, I hope it's like a really solid multiplayer. Alright, the next one I want to talk about is Psychonauts 2. This trailer looked really cool. Now, I know I just said that I don't like cartoony games, but I make exceptions for some games. So, a lot of games I play just out of nostalgia for like a franchise. For example, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights or SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Those games are in cartoony style, they're platformers, and I really enjoy those games. Partly because of the IP, but also because they're well developed. So, games in that vein, also like Ratchet and Clank falls into that category as well. But so games in that genre, I really do have like an exception for cartoony graphics there. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give Psychonauts 2 a chance. I'll probably play the original as well. And just a side note, also in terms of cartoony style, the Destroy All Aliens remake, they put that on Game Pass a while ago. I need to get around to playing that because that game looks really fun. Alright, next thing. Fallout 76 is getting a DLC called Steel Rain. It looks interesting. Lots of big guns, lots of, fun action. I've not played Fallout 76. I've never gotten into the Fallout franchise. I remember renting a copy of, it was either Fallout 3 or 4, and I started it up, and I just didn't get into it, and then I returned it the next day because it was like a Redbox rental. Now, I get it. RPGs usually start slow. Most games have that, what I call the awkward phase, where you just started the game, you don't know the characters yet, the story's not in full swing yet, and you don't know the mechanics and all that. I've never played Fallout 76. I've heard it's pretty good now that they put in a bunch of updates. But anyway. Alright, the star of the show, I think the strongest part of this show was the Halo Infinite showcase. It looks so cool. The campaign cutscene they showed, I'm so down. This campaign looks good. It seems like, okay, so 343 Industries said this game was going to wrap up the cliffhanger from Halo 5 and introduce a new story. And from this trailer, it looks like they're doing exactly what they're saying they're going to do. And I am so pumped to play this game. Now, I know some people don't like the 343 Industry games as much as the Bungie games. And I'll admit I enjoy the Bungie games more. But I was revisiting Halo 5 recently to do some achievement hunting. Halo 5 is a solid game. Like, it is fun to play. The gameplay is really neat. They've added new mechanics. And I'm looking forward to seeing what 343 does with this. They have this new, larger environment you can play around in with this Halo ring you can explore. There's tons of cool new weapons. There's a grappling hook. So I'm so pumped for this campaign, and I will be diving into some Halo Infinite multiplayer, which is going to be free to play. And it's going to support 120, it's going to have 120 FPS for the Series X, and this is going to be ridiculously fun. They had a big thing in multiplayer where they were showing cool moments, cool weapons, and it looks so much fun. I'm hoping the multiplayer brings back those nostalgic moments of Halo Reach, because Halo Reach is the best multiplayer that I've ever played. I love Halo Reach's multiplayer. I'm sad that they shut down the 360's multiplayer servers. I'm considering downloading the remaster of it. It's on Xbox Game Pass for PC, but it's not on Game Pass for console for some reason. But I might even do that because Halo Reach's multiplayer, it's so good. But anyway, Halo Infinite, super pumped. Halo Infinite is my second most anticipated game right now, right behind Gotham Knights, so that's good. Alright, so I told you there were 4 highlights. Stalker and Halo were 2 of them. Here's the next one, Far Cry 6. Far Cry 6 looks so good. There is over-the-top explosions and action scenes and cool weapons and interesting situations. This wasn't in the trailer at this event, but they did show there's this cute little dog involved. Apparently you can have, it's either a crocodile or an alligator. There's an attack rooster. It's wacky and weird and fun, and it looks so good. But no, Far Cry 6 looks really good. I need to play Far Cry 3 and 5 and New Dawn. I have those installed on my system. I picked them up on sale, but I have not gotten around to playing them yet, so I need to play those games. But anyway, Far Cry 6, it looks really good. I'm looking forward to that. Then there was this game called Replaced, which was interesting. It's looks like a 2D game, and whenever I see a 2D game, I immediately think is it a Metroidvania? So I don't really know exactly what's going on here, but I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on Replaced, see if anything interesting comes about with it. Maybe give that a shot. But anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. Next up, I believe we did have a showing from The Ascent. That game is actually coming out pretty soon. It's going to be Game Pass day 1. It looks like it's a top-down game. It's got that cyberpunk theme, meaning it's it's in the future, but it's a little bit, I guess the word you could say is maybe grungy. It's not like the Back to the Future where everything's clean and fancy and all that. Now it's going to be a little more, down to earth, a little more gritty. But anyway, I think The Ascent should be fun. I'm going to give that one a shot. Alright, next up, the funniest trailer that was at this event was for The Outer Worlds 2. The whole trailer is done in this self-aware way, where like it has this narrator, and he's narrating the trailer, showing you what you're looking at and what you're hearing. But it's done in just like this self-aware way that kind of makes fun of other game trailers. Like, it'll be panning over a landscape, and the narrator will say like, now we get a nice pan over the landscape with lens flares. And then at another point he's like, there's cool, pointless slow-mo shots that make everything look awesome. You know, stuff like that. And you're seeing like the slow-mo shots, and it looks great. I haven't played The Outer Worlds, the first one yet, but I plan to. And again, I know I say like I haven't played it yet, and I plan to. Look, I got into gaming a little later than a lot of people, so I'm really behind on terms of gaming. Like, I haven't played a lot of the games that, like, you know, it feels like a lot of people have already played. I've got a lot to catch up on. You should see the list I have on my phone of games that I want to play, and in the order I want to play them. But I digress. Outer Worlds, I want to give Outer Worlds itself a try, and I want to definitely keep an eye on Outer Worlds 2. Next up, Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming to the Series X. It's been on PC. It has that really cool technology where it basically makes the entire Earth playable, or at least you can fly around it. But Sea of Thieves wasn't the only game that had a crossover with a movie. No, they're going to be doing a crossover with Top Gun Maverick for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's going to be interesting. Talking a little bit about Top Gun, I had a friend in high school who really liked Top Gun. Like, sometimes for like school events where you could dress up, he would dress like a character from Top Gun. And my father is a huge Top Gun fan. It's one of his favorite movies. He's watched it over and over and over. There was a while where it was on TV like all the time, because it was like during the initial release window for Top Gun Maverick, the second movie. And they were just playing it, you know, to get people ready for the new one. Then it got delayed and it still hasn't come out yet. But, so my dad has watched Top Gun like so many times. And then it being on all the time just made him watch it more. That's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm not the biggest Top Gun fan. I mean, there's some stuff to be enjoyed in the movie, but overall, I'm not really a fan. But that's interesting they're doing a crossover with Microsoft Flight Simulator. So yeah. And now, the last thing I want to talk about in this video is a game from Arcane Austin, which I think it's either like just a new location or like a new team of Arcane Studios. I have not played any Arcane Studios. Actually, I'll take that back. I played a little bit of Prey, the game by Arcane Studios, and I want to go back and finish that game. Like, I've only played like the introduction part, but what I played was good. I haven't played like the Dishonored games yet. I'm really hyped for their next game that's coming out, which is Deathloop. But anyway, so Arcane Austin is working on a new game. This game is called Redfall, and I'm so hyped for this game. It is a solo or co-op game where you are on this like island city called Redfall, and you're fighting vampires. There's 4 different characters. At least 2 of them have superpowers. One girl has telekinesis. And on this game's Twitter, they actually released some more information about her. Her name is Layla. Yeah, I think it's Layla Ellison. She was a biomedical engineering student. She got in a lab accident and she got telekinesis. Her powers look really cool. There's another guy, I believe his name is Jacob. He has the ability to turn invisible. He's a really good sniper. Like, you know, he can aim well. And he's got like this pet bird that I guess he can send out, maybe like scouts for him or something. So that's interesting. The other 2, one girl has like this robot drone with her. And then the other guy has this cool gun that shoots stakes. And you're fighting vampires. Also, if you follow the Twitter, they reveal the vampires are actually more of a... They were like scientifically created, kind of like Morbius, the living vampire in Marvel Comics. So yeah, the vampires came from a science experiment. This girl got her powers from a different science accident. So that'll be interesting. Now, here's the thing. It's like, I don't like it when games have cults in them. Because, you know, I don't like that kind of plot line. But that's the only thing that's a negative, because the vampires have this like cult that is working for them. If they had just like, you know, retuned the story to where the human bad guys were just like a mercenary group or a criminal organization like mafia or something, and they were just working for the vampires to meet their own ends, that would have been fine. But they had to go that route, which that's the one thing I don't like about it. But I still think this game is going to be a ton of fun. I remember I was chatting with a few people that I'm friends with on Twitter, and we were talking about this game and how it looks fun. We were cracking some jokes about it. And so yeah, I think this is going to be a good time. This is up there on my anticipated games list. This one's not coming out until summer next year, but I'm definitely going to keep an eye on Redfall. But yeah. So overall, I was talking to my uncle about E3, and he thinks that this E3 was a bit lackluster. When it comes to like the introduction show I watched, it was a little lackluster. Like I said, they revealed Elden Ring, which is interesting, but I don't know. And then I can't really speak to if the whole thing is lackluster because I didn't personally watch the Nintendo Direct or the Ubisoft Forward or the, I think it's called like Steam Next event. So I missed a lot of events, but that's okay. Like I've watched recaps and stuff. Like I heard Breath of the Wild 2 got announced and they're making a new 2D Metroid game. So that'll be cool. I don't have a Switch though. I won't. That doesn't really affect me. My cousin has a Switch though, so I hope he enjoys Breath of the Wild too. Anyway, I can't speak for E3 as a whole, but thinking about the Microsoft and Bethesda, Xbox event, I think it looks really good. I really enjoyed myself, and the cool thing is this like trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer. Sometimes they would break away and like talk to like developers or people in the industry or actors and stuff like that. But it was just like reveal after reveal after reveal. And even if games were already revealed beforehand, it was just like more stuff, cool stuff, getting hyped. I really enjoyed this event. I had a ton of fun watching it. Phil Spencer did make an appearance. It's always fun to see him on stage. He's just got that happy personality and he loves talking about games and Xbox and stuff. He was the one that like talked up Redfall before they showed the trailer. So yeah, it was just really an enjoyable conference. I had a ton of fun watching it. And like I said, like the vast majority of the games are going to be on Game Pass day one. So I can literally play all these with no extra cost. So yeah, Microsoft, big win. Game Pass is still, in my opinion, the greatest value in gaming. If you get Ultimate, you also get the benefits of Xbox Live and you get it for PC. So I can play stuff on PC and on my Series X. There's tons of games to look forward to, and I'm just having a blast. It's a great time to be a gamer. And then there are a few other things. Oh, actually, I'll leave you with a bonus. They revealed Forza Horizon 5, which is by Playground Games, which is interesting because they're also working on Fable. They didn't show Fable at this conference, but that's okay. But Forza Horizon 5 looks really good. I'm not really into driving games, but my brother is. That's like the games he plays. And this one looks good. The graphics look amazing. They're using some fancy graphics technology. They have new modes. They have a like build your own game mode or map. I think it's called like Design Lab or something like that. The environments they're driving in look diverse. Now the cool thing about the Horizon games is they're open world. That's why my brother really likes the Horizon games, just because they give you freedom. You drive around, you do races, you do other tasks, cool stuff like that. They also have cool locations. I know one of them is in Australia. I believe 4 is in England. And then this new one is going to be set in Mexico. So yeah, Forza Horizon 5. If you're a racing fan, that's on its way. So yeah, thank you for checking out the video. If you're someone who didn't watch the E3 event and this, caught you up, made you aware of a few titles at least, I hope it helped. I know I was talking to my friend earlier when we were playing some co-op Dying Light, and he said he didn't watch it, and I was like, I'm going to make a video about this, so you can watch that. And I hope he at least enjoys this. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to the friends that I play games with. We've met over Xbox, and it's just been a ton of fun playing with you. Gaming is really fun when it's co-op, and with so many co-op games coming out, I thought I'd just mention that I've got some good friends who play games with me, and it's always fun. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you for checking out, and have a wonderful evening. Or morning. I'm filming this in the evening, that's why I said that, but anyway, thank you.